And welcome back to Dirt Road Nation.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Today, we are going to talk about the menthol and flavored cigar FDA ban. So, before we get too into this, I want to clearly define some things as I currently understand them.
Okay.
They want to ban menthol flavored cigars. They want to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars because of the same reason they wanted to ban flavored vapes.
Really?
Yes. They also use some health distinctions because menthol does have a tendency to crystallize in your lung.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the already large issue with inhaling tobacco smoke from cigarettes in particular. Here's what's pertaining to cigars, though, because I did get really upset about this, mostly because I really like my Fat Bottom Betties and my Isla del Sols. But they're actually not under threat of ban.
Really?
Correct. Any flavored cigar that is machine rolled will be banned.
Hmm.
So what you're talking about there is going to be your cheaper, lower-end flavored cigars.
These.
Things like those. Things like Swisher Sweets. Good thing for Swisher that they acquired the Drew Estate brand because it might be their only saving grace.
Yeah.
Most of the cigars you could buy in a gas station normally, unless this gas station specifically says it sells premium cigars, are what this ban is coming after. However, even given that my personal favorite cigars are not threatened, I certainly have a major issue with this. And I imagine you do too.
It's...
First off, the government banning shit is just frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I am a big fan of the government banning very few things, unless they are absolutely necessary. I'm a very big fan of personal choice. The entire argument that I used to make against socialized healthcare is that the only way socialized healthcare makes sense in the long term is if you essentially get to dictate how people maintain their health.
Mm-hmm.
And you shouldn't get to do that. Like, you can ban smoking when you have socialized healthcare as a and use as a justification that it's too taxing on your national healthcare system.
Yeah.
You can easily justify things like that when you're doing that. We, however, do not have socialized healthcare, but yet we're still getting this shit. And we do have heavily regulated healthcare, so we kind of have the worst of all worlds on this fucking deal.
Yeah. And this, a lot of people are like it might not directly affect them, but this does kind of hit personally for me because the cigarettes, the little cigars that I smoke, are going to be directly affected if they do, because they're...
Yeah, and why do you smoke them? Because they're so fucking cheap.
$1.04 after taxes.
For a pack. That's awesome.
Now...
Go ahead.
I guess, to be fair, my preferred ones aren't flavored in any way. It's just they don't typically carry the non-flavored ones because most people don't like them. I guess maybe it'll help me find the favorite ones of the ones I smoke easier, but it's still bullshit.
Well, and here's the thing, right? The personal choice aspect of this matters. And aside from the menthol science, most of the logic that I've heard argued in favor of this is this think of the children bullshit that they use to sell you every kind of government regulation under the sun. And it's just ridiculous because the people that also argue for it for that reason are basically just asking the state to be their kid's daddy.
Mm-hmm.
manage your kids. They're going to act out sometimes. And if you think a fucking ban is going to get you anywhere in managing kids that are trying to act up anyway, that shouldn't be able to smoke these anyway, you've lost your mind. Like,
I mean, you can ban everything under the sun. And you're still going to have people who figure out how to do it.
yeah, all you're going to do is create either a black market for it, or one thing I saw in a cigar group today, they'll probably just start releasing kits to flavor your own cigars.
Yeah.
Here's these cigars, they take on these flavors, flavor them.
Oh, I stumbled upon like a tutorial on how to do that. Like how to take like natural like plants and stuff, break it down, get their oils, mix it with something else, and then you can have flavored cigars are flavored with essential oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can have like edible essential oils.
Some of them are.
Well, yeah. So like that's already out there. So yeah, I guess you'll have a little niche market for entrepreneurs.
Uh-huh.
Bring me your cigarettes. I'll make them minty.
Yeah, obviously we're against it. Obviously it's absurd. Obviously the reasons behind it, other than maybe menthol crystallizing in your lung, are just straight up bullshit. But even that is like, people should have the choice to do that.
Mm-hmm.
People have the choice to drink alcohol, and you can get alcohol poisoning in a single day.
Yes.
I could easily kill the both of us with the alcohol in my cabinet right over there.
Oh yeah.
And probably still have plenty left.
Oh yeah, I bet 2 bottles of cash strength anything would be plenty.
Yeah.
We could spend $20 on a liter of 190 Everclear and both just die in an hour.
Yeah. It's either you're going to ban everything, which you shouldn't do because people should be allowed to do what they want. And I feel this way about marijuana, and I am anti-marijuana smoking in my own life. But that doesn't necessarily mean people should go to prison for it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they should be prosecuted for it, let alone what it does for the economy. And if we're going to play on this argument, the easiest way that I would personally pin down, say, a lefty that's for this, would be look at the demographics of people who smoke menthol cigarettes. Want to guess who over 50% of them are?
African Americans.
Very good. That's racist. Don't ban their fucking cigars. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know why I slipped into Irish there for a minute. I would not be surprised to find a similar demographic on Swisher Sweets.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of people that are buying them aren't even fucking smoking them, but they're taking the wrapper and wrapping their joints. So you're counteracting something that is still illegal in most states in the first fucking place. And you would think you'd learn your lesson on that deal, but you haven't, and the government never does.
So you could chalk this right up alongside 90% of the gun laws.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to keep the black man down.
Yeah, the NRA, by the way, back in the day, one of their biggest things was arming black people in the South. So, everybody that hates the NRA, just enjoy that one for a minute.
You know why California has such crazy gun laws?
Why, Jake?
Black Panthers got tired of crazy white hillbillies fucking around in their cities and their neighborhoods. So they started carrying guns. Well, the crazy white hillbillies didn't like that, so they paid off the right people, or they put the right stuff through and got crazy fucking gun laws.
It's just like, I know this is supposed to be a cigar video and we're kind of dipping into some other shit here, but humor us for a moment. The current Biden proposed gun control basically puts a tax stamp on these weapons. That's not going to take them out of the hands of everybody. That's going to mean only the people wealthy enough to afford those payments can have them, and the rest of the people that have them are now just felons. And here's a deal. If you stop somebody and you now get to arrest them for a felony because they have your illegal fucking firearm, and they are uncomfortable with it because the news has spent the last several years telling them that cops are literally hunting them, they're going to, not comply. For reasons that I can at least sort of understand. I still think it's the dumb choice. Mm-hmm. But I'm attempting to grant as much as I can to the other side in my point here. That resistance for a law that shouldn't be in place in the first place is going to get you shot. And people are going to see that and go, you resisted arrest. You knew the moment you started resisting arrest, right or wrong, your life was on the line. Mm-hmm. Just like you may be starving when you break into my house. I'm not going to stop and ask about it. It's putting more people at risk with things like that in the gun laws, and it will just create more criminals with this other thing that is not harming anyone but themselves. If these people were, say, forcefully giving their kids or brainwashing their kids into doing this shit, you would have my sympathies on legislation to criminalize that specifically, but not the product in and of itself. The product in and of itself is amoral. So, secondhand smoke, my guy. Don't inhale that shit either. You're good.
we're here making a video about how
it's not hurting anybody else, and I start choking. Anyway.
Maybe it is. Maybe we have to stop smoking.
Okay. Position recanted. Just kidding. Never gonna happen. Anyway. I think that's really more than enough to say in one video.
Yeah, that was more than we intended. This went from a cigar video to just a general podcast type thing on why the government's bullshit.
Yep. I struggle with this because I have a very don't tread on me attitude, and the people that I don't want to tread on me insist on treading upon me, which requires me to tread upon them to make them stop. And I don't like that. My ideological views disagree with the practical notion of doing so. Till we see you again, I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Fuck me, that was dumb. Hey everybody, if you like this video, hit a like or dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out over on Facebook, where we post every day.